Hello everyone, welcome back to the final game mode video. As you see, I've already went through Infinity Slayer, Big Team Infinity Slayer, Dominion, Regicide, Flood, Capture the Flag, Oddball, King of the Hill, and Team Slayer Pro, which I am now going to do. If you go up here, you'll see the amount of people that are in each game. There is 4v4 on this one. There's 8v8 on this, 6v6, 6-player free-for-all, 10 players, 5v5, 5v5 again, 5v5 a third time, and you have 4v4 on Team Slayer Pro. Now I'm going to jump into here. Basically, you'll notice the difference right away. It doesn't have ordnance drops. That's pretty much the main difference between this and Infinity Slayer. Yeah, there are a few other differences too, but I can't really remember them because I only played one game of this mode. So once I start seeing them, I'll be able to tell you. Oh, looks like the game's already started. So as you see right here, you have Pro BR, Pro DMR, and Pro AR. You don't have custom classes in here. You just have preset classes like this, which is the other big difference. You still have sprint, but you don't have, and you don't have mini-maps as well. You pretty much, it's back to the roots of Halo, but with sprint. The mini-map is gone, but that's the only difference. But you don't have tactical packages, you don't have support packages, you don't have ordnance drops, and you don't have armor abilities. So if you want to play more of a classic Halo experience, this is definitely the one to go to. Assassination. And without mini maps, it's easier to get assassinations like this, because if they can't see where you are, then clearly it'll be a little easier to knife them in the back. So I got two of them back to back there, so you can see just how easy it is to assassinate on this game mode. For those who are a fan of just like no frills kind of thing, where you just want to play good old fashioned Halo, this is the one to go on. I joined this game a little late, as you can see by the score. But there's not really much to show in this game mode. As you see, there's no ordnance drops and all that other stuff that I mentioned. There's just kind of bare bones kind of gameplay, which there are a lot of people in this game mode, so clearly people like playing this. Maybe it reminds them of simpler times. I'm gonna change my loadout to the assault rifle. I don't ever really ever use the DMR. I used it in Halo Reach because it was the only option. But now that I have between the carbine, battle rifle, and DMR to choose from, going back to the DMR seems kind of pointless. It's not very good compared to the others. I don't know exactly what its perks are, but I think it might be. I think it might do a little more damage. I'm not sure. Got a plasma kill grenade, and plasma grenade kill there. As you see, I just walked over a grenade and picked it up. People like used to Halo will think that's not a big deal, but when you're playing normal modes like Infinity Slayer and stuff like that, you can't pick up grenades anymore. They're only ordnance drops. You have to go to a specific ordnance drop point to pick up grenades, or you can have a perk that lets you pick up grenades. They did that as a way to balance the grenades in this game. They're very powerful, so having it be harder to get grenades is a good thing. The pulse grenade, I'm not sure about. I don't know if it's that powerful. I've used it in the campaign on grunts, but every time I use it, like right there, I never really get to see how effective it is. They're never in its radius when it explodes. It's pretty easy to dodge, and it's very obvious where it is. You can see that thing from a mile away. See, this is the ordnance drops for grenades that I was talking about. On Infinity Slayer, that's the only way to pick up grenades without the perk. Still trying to find out a use for that plasma grenade. No clue what it does because I've never seen it work on anything. I will have the Spartan Ops gameplay up soon. After this, it's going to be after this and after the Mantis gameplay. I'm going to upload a video by itself showing the Mantis gameplay in it. It's actually a very fun vehicle, that's why I'm making a whole video for it. And since it's a new vehicle, it's best to have some kind of tutorial showing you what it's all about. And since I'm playing on this on the pro mode, I don't have my infinite sprint like I do as a perk from the other modes. Just using the scattergun there. Probably my favorite Promethean weapon. It's very powerful. And unlike the shotgun, it's an auto shotgun, meaning you don't have to like reload after each shot or cock it after each shot. You don't have to reload it completely. See right there, that was one of the things I was talking about, how my controller's different when I'm recording. Like it moves slower than it normally would. So that's why I got killed right there. Because normally I would be able to just turn around and kill those two. But since the controller is like out of sync whenever I'm recording, stuff like that happens. And we are losing this game. We need to turn this around. As you can see, this is the fastest Halo to ever be released, just because of, well, basically adding sprint just like sped up the series very, very fast. So without sprint, it's one thing I didn't like about Halo over time, because Halo back in Halo 1 and Halo 2, the use of sprint was almost unheard of. Most of the shooter games that I played back then didn't have sprint at all in it. But now in the modern age, everything has sprint. So whenever you play a game without it, it feels like you're moving way too slow. Like games like Fallout, moving really slow. That's why with Halo Reach, when they added the sprint armor ability, that was all anyone ever used. Because it was finally they added sprint to a Halo game, and everyone lost their minds over that. But the bad thing was they made it an armor ability, so you wouldn't be able to use stuff like camo, the jetpack, and stuff like that while you're using it. That's why 343 they made sprint their own button. Which at first I was kind of detesting because it sounded too much like Call of Duty, but after playing it for a while, it doesn't play anything like Call of Duty. It's basically just Halo with sprint and some more armor abilities. There's really nothing Call of Duty about this game, other than the perks, ordnance, and the kill cam. Other than that, everything's completely Halo. Just stuck that guy right before he killed me. Something I always do when people have a sword and I know I'm going to die anyway, I just stick them, and that way I'll at least be able to kill them. And yeah, that's the end of my game mode videos. If I had to put them into my top 3, I would say that my top 3 favorites are Infinity Slayer. Oh, excuse me there for a second. Infinity Slayer, Big Team Infinity Slayer. Oh, nice! I unlocked the light rifle and suppressor. You'll be seeing those in new videos. But anyway, back to what I was saying. My top 3 are Infinity Slayer, Big Team Infinity Slayer, and Flood. The team deathmatch variants have always been my favorite in games, so of course those are always going to win out above the others. I go ahead and switch out my. See here, all the weapons that you have in the game. Well, it's not all of the weapons in the game. It's just all of the weapons that you can start out with. You have the assault rifle with the camo for getting the what is it? The collector's edition. You have the normal assault rifle. You have the battle rifle, the Arctic skin, which you get for pre-ordering at GameStop. You have the Covenant carbine. You have the normal battle rifle, which if you have the skin for it, you get the battle rifle immediately. So once you put in the game, you'll already have the assault rifle and battle rifle able to select. So it's basically like unlocking the battle rifle earlier, and it just means that it's another point that you don't have to spend. And I have the carbine here. The DMR I didn't buy because I tried it out first and I didn't like it. You have the storm rifle, which, as I said before, was like the plasma rifle. Then you have the suppressor, which is like the storm rifle and the assault rifle. It's a fully automatic Forerunner assault rifle. It's actually very useful. It's very damaging on the Forerunners and the Covenant, but I haven't used it in multiplayer yet, so I don't know how much damage it will do to a human player. Then you have the light rifle, which is a mix between the battle rifle and the DMR, and this is another one that I've used during the campaign, and I actually really like it. It might replace the carbine. I'm not sure, but for right now, I'm just going to buy the suppressor. The next thing I'm going to buy is definitely the light rifle. They already have the bolt shot, so just one more and I'll have all of them. Alright, so that was a brief look at all of this stuff. Go over into the armor for a second, just to show you the stuff that I just got. That was basically a look at all this kind of behind the scenes stuff. Oh, that looks nice. So here are all the visors, if you didn't see it in the other video. It's a fluorescent. Another fluorescent one. You have another fluorescent one, which is probably the coolest one, I think. Then you have the, it's kind of fluorescent. It has like a goldish tint to it. Alright, enough of the distractions. Okay, that is the end of this video. I will get back with Mantis gameplay after this. See you until then.